All right, Professor X handed me the brief. Outdated website, no brand system, and a logo that is just barely hanging on. No pressure, right? So today we're starting where every good rebrand begins, with a core identity. We're talking colors, typefaces, and a brand new logo for Xavier's Institute. So guys, you might have noticed I'm in a different location today, and that is because this is a different type of video. Typically on my channel, we talk about core concepts, but I've never really documented the design process and what it's actually like. And that is mainly because I don't want my videos to be about real-life clients. So I thought this would be a really fun way to show you exactly what it's like going through the steps of creating a brand identity without getting hung up on a real, actual brand. Okay, so the first step in the design process is you would typically go and meet your client. You would sit down with them and you would get to know details about the brand and also their vision for the project that they want you to complete. So right here, I have a few notes from sitting down with Charles Xavier and talking about his school. The Xavier Institute for Gifted Youngsters, also known as the X-Men School, is an international school located in Westchester, New York. It is founded by Charles Xavier, and their primary objective is to educate, nurture, and train young mutants with their special abilities. And the second key point, which is perhaps even more important, is the personal development of each of their students. The Xavier Institute is equipped with state-of-the-art facilities, ideal for both physical training and personal development. And the third key selling point is the security of the school. So the school does have rigorous security measures to ensure the privacy and safety of the students that attend there. And next, Charles talked about a few negative connotations, and the thing that you need to take away from that when being a designer is to stay away from those things. Things I was asked to avoid when it comes to marketing the school is Cerebro, and of course that is because it is top secret. Okay, next he told me that they do have a website, but it is extremely outdated. It doesn't really capture the essence of the school, and unfortunately, their brand system is non-existent. If you look back at everything and really do your research into Xavier's Institute, the logo is different every single time. I was also asked to avoid colors that are dark and intimidating. He wants the brand to project a sense of hope and inclusivity, something youthful yet timeless. Okay, so now that we reviewed our client's brief, let's get into it. Let's get into the fun part. Okay guys, we're here. This is my office and it's where I spend my time designing in real life. If you've been around long enough, you might remember it from one of my old videos. When you are creating a brand for a school, mutant or otherwise, you want the foundation to be solid. That means color, typography, and logo. All of these should tell a story about who you are. And for Xavier's school, it's all about balancing safety and inclusivity, with the undeniable fact that their students are, well, extraordinary. So I spent some time doing my own research, really digging deep into Charles Xavier's Institute for Gifted Youngsters. And I created a mood board. Here it is. What is cool about this video is I get to nerd out. Like, you guys already knew I was a design nerd, but now you know I'm a nerd too. First up is colors. During our brief and initial meeting with the client, Charles specifically asked to avoid anything too dark or intimidating. So no black and red militant vibes. We're not designing for Magneto. Instead, I leaned into colors that felt more youthful, timeless, and hopeful. Think of it as trust, growth, and a little bit of mutant flair. Next, typography. Fonts are like the voice of the brand. Do we want Xavier's school to sound strict and academic or more modern and inclusive? So after playing around with fonts and typefaces for a little bit, this is what I ended up choosing. I ended up choosing Bodoni, which to me screams traditional academic excellence, with Helvetica, which is a nice contrast to the very traditional font of Bodoni. Helvetica is the most used sans serif for a reason. I thought it would pair very well with Bodoni. Okay, and we've finally made it to the part of the video where we get to be really creative. We are going to design the logo. The X-Men logo has been through a lot of evolutions, from the original comic book designs to the sleek movie adaptations. The letter X has always been central. So for this rebrand, I want to respect the history and create something fresh and timeless for the school. Okay, so I've been spending some time sketching these by hand because I'm the type of designer who likes using pen or pencil to sketch out my logo concepts. And this is what I came up with. And so what I like doing next is choosing 3 of the strongest concepts. That way I can vectorize them in Illustrator. So the ones I'm going to choose are, I will choose this, this, and this. I'm going to choose these 3 logos and vectorize them in Illustrator now. Okay, guys, so this is it. These are the 3 completed logos that I would then send to Charles Xavier for him to choose which one he liked the most. So why don't you guys drop it in the comments which ones you guys like the most? The one that I would personally choose is this. And that is because I feel like it's the closest to the core identity of Charles Xavier's school. And yes, it is very simplistic and the changes are subtle. But if you look closely at this logo, what I did is I rounded the corners of the X to give it a softer appearance. Okay, and there you have it. This is the new core identity for Xavier's Institute. We have a color system rooted in hope, typography that balances both academic and modern, and a refreshed logo that still honors history while pushing the school slightly into the future. But guess what? We are just getting started. In part 2, I will put this brand identity to work. I am talking a new website, new marketing materials, and a set of guidelines that Professor X cannot ignore. Think Hogwarts letter, but with a mutant twist. Okay guys, that's all I have for you right now. See you in the next one. Bye-bye.